Okay, now this is not going to be a repeat of the first disastrous interview. No, I'm just kidding. There was a person begged me to ask you this question, or asked me to ask you this question just a few minutes ago. They really want you to talk about the making of the earliest records that Crass produced and how it came about, and how it was just able to be financed with no money, and just how this miracle could happen.
Well, I mean, I really have to say that firstly, I don't regard it as a miracle. It's merely an extension of a lifetime of just doing things, and so in some ways that, you know, doesn't mean anything at all to me. I mean, you know people, you do things with people, and that's all it was. We hadn't got any ambitions, we hadn't got any ideas, I mean, there was no, we were never a band in the sense that we, you know, contrived anything. If people wanted to do something, they could do, and that remains the same. So I just don't belong within that context. So that sort of question is really largely irrelevant to me in my life. I'm not interested in making things in a sort of like a consensual, you know, within the system of the man. If someone comes along and says, let's do that, why not do that? You know, whether it's climb a mountain or swim an ocean or make a band, what's the difference? I don't get it. You know, so what I'm trying to say is that Crass was not important to me. It certainly wasn't the golden era of my life. My life has been a golden era every time. I wake up in the morning and I have to reinvent myself, and I had to do that just the same when I was Crass. The only time I ever fell foul of that was once when I was making love with Eve, and I thought, oh, I'm making love to Eve Libertine. Well, what a fucking shit way of thinking. You know? I mean, that was when I was getting into rock and roll, because that's what rock and roll is all about. It's removing yourself from what you're doing. So there was a short period where I really got lost in all that, sort of thinking, yeah, wow, we must be the second Beatles or something, bollocks like that. It didn't last very long, but it really did happen, and I knew I was losing myself in that. But actually it's all really very ordinary, and I don't try to pretend anything other than that. You know, there was nothing great about it, there was nothing particularly unusual about it. It was just a group of people living together, working together, laughing together, loving together, and nothing more than that. So there's no, you know, there's no agenda there. And certainly we never thought, certainly Steve and myself, when we, you know, started the band, we didn't start the band, we were just a couple of really fucked up people. We were pissed off, so we just thought, what should we do about it? So we went into a room at the house we live in and just made a load of noise, and we were happy with that. We didn't want anything else. We certainly didn't, you know, want to be in the charts, man. And I just don't understand it. That's what, in truth, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened. I don't care what happened. It didn't change my life. You know, I still wake up in the morning thinking, well, what the fuck do I do today? How can I say what I want to say? You know, nothing changes through all of that. It's sort of strange to become a sort of, well, it sounds arrogant to say living myth, but some people sort of do approach me like that, and I'm not. I'm just a sort of another person trying to find a way through, like we all are. I don't notice any great gain. That's what I'm saying. You know, I don't know. I mean, if life's about sort of trying to create gain, then life's not life. You know, life's about something very much more precious than that for me. Anyway, sorry. Take that away.